Meanwhile, Goldman Sachs is warning that New York, besides the housing impact, could lose a lot of high earners under the Republican tax bill. That's because they can't write off state and local taxes. And for high earners, that is a very, very big benefit of the present tax code. And they lose that, they just might lose out on wanting to be in New York or New Jersey or California or Illinois or a host of other high tax states. And it worries New York Republican Congressman John Faso. Congressman, good to have you. This is a worry you have, too, right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm very concerned about that. I've spoken to a number of people in the financial services industry in our state, and a number of them have said to me, look, we can just unplug our Bloomberg terminals and plug them in Texas or Florida or North Carolina, and we'll pay a lot less in taxes. And so this is a great concern for New York, and I think it's an unintended consequence of this tax reform bill, and I think it really needs to be changed because it's going to have dire impacts upon commercial centers like New York, high-tax states. And I'm not defending the high-tax status in New York by any means, but I don't think imposing this as of January 1, 2018 is good policy, because a lot of people have already made their financial plans based upon the deductibility of state and local taxes.
Now, in the House, where you guys are, you came up with a plan to at least cushion the blow a little bit by allowing folks in those high-tax states, yours included, to write off up to $10,000, I believe, in mortgage interest. The Senate has no such proviso, so the Senate plan is even worse, isn't it?
Yeah, the House plan allows a deduction of up to $10,000 for real estate taxes, which is a big issue in New York State. The problem for New York State is that we have high real estate taxes, we have high income taxes, and we have a high sales taxes. So we have a triple whammy. Albany needs to fix this, but imposing this on our state and our taxpayers as of January 1, I think, is precipitous and uncalled for, and it's going to result in more people leaving our state. And I think that's a real problem for New York.
Now, in New Jersey, you probably heard I talked to the Democratic Senate President, Steve Sweeney, who was telling me they might be rethinking, this is just in New Jersey, reimposing the so-called millionaires tax, Congressman. And it was very popular before Chris Christie came into office. But because of this, they're maybe not looking at reimposing it. What do you think of that?
Well, I think they have to make that decision, but I think that's what's going to happen. Places like Trenton and Albany, the big taxing politicians, are going to have to revise their approach, because otherwise we're basically eating our seed corn, driving people away who are producing jobs and wealth. And let's face it, when you drive out the successful entrepreneur or the business owner, you're also losing their philanthropy in your state. So this is something that New York should change, even if the federal tax reform doesn't go through. But I fear that the deductibility of state and local taxes is going to be adversely affected in this legislation. And so New York is going to have to change. But it's, again, as I've told you, Neil, I don't want to have my constituents become the collateral damage in this fight between Washington and Albany. I really think we need to cushion this blow at a minimum by phasing it in over a number of years, not doing it all at once.
All right, Congressman, thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.